Hey, hi everybody. Just thought I'd give you a quick update on where we are. It's Sunday evening and it's been on and off sort of raining all day. Rainy, sunny, rainy, sunny. So it's been one of those very changeable days, almost like it should have been in April. So you know those April shower sort of days? Well, it's June and we shouldn't be having that. I guess we're going to have to admit there's a bit of climate change. Anyway, Wendy and I have been having a little discussion this evening about motorhomes. Now you know, if you've been watching us, that we live full-time in a caravan, and our plan is to go travelling a bit more, and to do that we're going to be in a motorhome because we think that's better for travelling across Europe. So we're fairly sort of set and static at the moment because we've got this part-time job at a caravan site in the northwest of England, and our caravan is, well, hasn't moved since the 18th of January. It's been static here, and one of the things that I'm probably going to think about is getting the wheels up, probably get the whole caravan up on axle stands. Anyway, but to sort of progress our future, we've been thinking about motorhomes and what we'll do about getting a motorhome in the future. Now, I don't want to go out and buy a motorhome just like that, buy the first one we see, because I think that's a mistake. I think we did that with the caravan. It wasn't the first one we saw, but it was the first one we sort of liked. And there's some stuff that's just not right. For example, it has a transverse bed where, you know, one side of the bed is up against the back wall, and the other side of the bed has sort of a half opening to get out. So whoever's up against the back wall has to climb over the other person to get out. And that's, you know, as you get older, you tend not to want to be doing all that climbing stuff, because, yeah, certainly, well, let me put it this way: I sleep against the back wall, and when I go to sleep, something happens to my body that makes it go, like, all my joints sort of seize up overnight. So it's really hard for me to do any sort of supple climbing. You know, I'd always want to do it, but my ankles and feet hurt like mad when I get out of bed. It's really painful. Anyway, so there are problems. So the next thing we buy will definitely have an island bed so that we can get out of either side of it. Anyway, so what we've decided to do is just to start to look for a motorhome. And you know, my favourite at the moment is sort of like a BT Cruiser with an E450 cab configuration. I think in America they'd call it a Class C rather than a Class A, so it's a Class C. Maybe have a slide out, maybe be about 33 feet long, so quite big, but good for travelling, good for living in full time. So we're going to start to look around for a few of those, and do you know what? I think it might take us a year before we actually get one. But we're going to start now, just to start to look and get a feel for, you know, maybe I could borrow one or hire one for a weekend so we can have a look. But I think this whole conversation was started by my sort of wish to be a bit mobile again. I had thought that maybe we'd keep our car, we'd keep our caravan, and we'd buy a motorhome as well and go travelling on our days off. No, that's not a great idea. When you think it through, the cost of actually doing that is massive, because you've got all this insurance and tax and upkeep and all that. Anyway, so we're going to start to look, and in the meantime we've decided that because of my sort of itchy feet, if you like, I want to go travelling a bit more, I want to see a bit more and go back to places. We're going to book some bed and breakfast places. Now, I know that's not really in the caravanning style, but our caravan's set with the awning, and we've got this whole kitchen arrangement going on and everything here. Anyway, so we can't sort of drag the caravan away without scooping all that and putting it away. So we're going to do the bed and breakfast thing, which we've done in the past a lot, and our first sort of trip that we've decided is going to be our next few days off. We're going to go to Yorkshire. We quite like Yorkshire. We've done the sort of James Herriot Trail, and we're going to maybe do that again and go over that way. So that's what we're going to do. You might have watched my previous videos on wine and stuff, but I am drinking wine again tonight. I'm 2/3 the way through the McGuigan's Black Shiraz, which I've got to say is, out of the 3 bottles, go back 2 or 3 videos and watch the 3 bottles I bought. One you should never buy is the Merlot from Barefoot. Never ever buy that. I've had some feedback from Stacey, thank you, from America. He lives in LA. He had the same advice from a guy in a shop over there that said, why are you asking about this stuff? Never buy it. So, you know, never buy the Barefoot Merlot. It's really awful, really plastic tasting. Anyway, and I've had some I forgot what it's called, the Mapo wine, which was the Cabernet Sauvignon. You'll see it in there. That was a real step up from the Barefoot, but a real step down from the Black Shiraz from McGuigan's. This is a lot smoother. The first taste of it was sort of quite sharp, but it's really, really velvety on the tongue, so I can fully recommend this. And it was, I think it was like £6.50 a bottle, which, you know, in our cheapy sort of skinflint way, we hate paying more than about £3.50 for a bottle of wine. However, if you pay a little bit more, like twice as much, £6.50, you do get that McGuigan's niceness. Now, that's not to say that the more you pay, the better the wine, because I've bought some £20 bottles of wine in the past that have been worse than this, £6.50 bottle of wine. And so it's not worth spending the big bucks, but try a few, find the ones you like, and definitely use the iPhone app called Vivino, which you can take the app to the shop, scan the label, it and give you a bit of a public review of the wine you're about to buy or not. So that's a bit of an update. As I say, it's Sunday afternoon. We've had 50 people leave today. We've had a lot of bins to empty. I've been twice up to the crusher. Wendy's done all the toilet cleaning apart from the early one, which I did, and I've just been over to check again, and they're all gorgeous. So when people leave, we've got about 10 caravans on site at the moment. No one's using the toilets, so it's great. not much work to do, and a good evening to be had. Anyway, it is now time for food. Wendy's just finishing off that in the kitchen. I'm sorry that she's not on these videos a bit more, but she, I crack the whip and get her working on the food. So there we are. That's it for the day. I'll say cheers. I'm off to finish off that bottle of McGuigan's, so there won't be any left for me to mix with other wines. And once I finish that, I shall be buying some others to tell you about. But McGuigan's Black Shiraz is the one to have. Really good. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye bye.